Well, I can confidently say that we all have dreamed of a good life, right? Now, some are dreams we see when we are asleep, and some are dreams we see with our eyes wide open. But then dreams are just dreams without an action or a plan or determination. On that note, I would like to introduce you to our very first speaker of the day who has devoted himself to helping people lead a life of purpose and fulfillment, Mr. Avatar Lila.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Avatar. Welcome to Skills Factor 2022.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Avatar is a corporate and TEDx speaker and a professional self-growth and mindset coach. A graduate in electrical engineering from NIT Kurukshetra, Avatar completed his master's at the prestigious Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. He formerly worked in research and development with MNCs like Honeywell and Emerson, and within a short span, he filed patents and was awarded the Youngest Innovator Award at Honeywell. He also appeared for the Indian Engineering Services exam conducted by UPSC, securing a mighty All India 4th rank. After being a practitioner of meditation and spiritual knowledge for over a decade, he now shares his insights and experiences through interactive talks and workshops. He's given several motivational talks imbued with humorous anecdotes at various prestigious platforms, including TEDx. His humble signature mix of rare intellect, serene demeanor, relatability, perseverance, and friendly charm makes him sought after and admired. Welcome, Mr. Avatar Lila. The stage is all yours.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Maya. Thank you, EduBridge, for bringing me over on board, for interacting with all the wonderful people on this wonderful Republic Day morning. And thank you for this theme of 26 minutes. That was pretty thoughtful. Thank you so very much. A big hello, good morning, namaskar, hi to everybody who has joined us for this conversation today morning. If you can hear me, just say yes in the chat box so that I know that energy is flowing. You can say yes in the chat box if you're able to hear me clearly. Thank you, Abhishek, for being the first person to be saying that. Really wonderful, amazing. This energy is so vibrant. Thank you so very much. And I'm going to speak for next 25 minutes precisely to be now on something very interesting. And I really love this particular topic of from dreams to reality, how to set and achieve goals. And we're going to talk about, what I'll do is I'll be breaking my presentation into two parts. One would be about talking about how do we set goals, and then we'll talk about how do we achieve them, right? So those are the two perspectives we're going to talk about. And please be very active on the chat box all the while, because we're going to have a lot of interaction together. I remember when I was studying at Indian Institute of Science, Dr. Kalam once came to our college to celebrate his 73rd birthday. And I remember he made one statement. He said, dream, and I think Maya was mentioning something like that as she was introducing the event. Dream is not something that you see while you sleep. Dream is something that doesn't let you sleep. So that's the kind of energy, that gentleman always exuded. But this is so true. This is so profound. From dreams to reality, unless you have set your eyes on something, you really can't work towards something. But oftentimes, dreams stay as dreams or die down even as memories for many people without actually becoming a tangible reality. What do we need to do in order to make our dreams come true is a very crucial question. I'm going to talk about 7 steps that can actually help you set as well as achieve your goals. And then we'll be open for any Q&A, as Maya said, that in case time permits, right? So first of all, we need to understand there are 3 varieties of goals, right? Some goals are immediate, some goals are short-term, some goals are long-term goals, right? Immediate goals are which needs your attention here and now, immediately. They need to be addressed. Otherwise, the results could be even though minorly catastrophic, but they would be. Short-term is like you have to work for a few weeks, maybe a few months in order to see some results coming up. Maybe your academics, maybe your professional goals, maybe your career-related goals, some short-term investment, and you see some results actually coming up. And then there are these long-term goals, which don't seem to show a result overnight. Maybe you start working today, maybe you start doing your yoga practice today, and then you see results coming up over a year or 2 or 3. First of all, we need to identify and understand what kind of goal we are actually pursuing, right? So there are varieties of goals. Once you understand that there are varieties of goals, the first thing that we need to do is, as part of setting goals, the first thing that we need to do is identify the areas in your life which require energy, which require your time, which require your perseverance. See, we deal with a lot of things in our life. On an average, an individual might deal with 7-8 things in their life: family, friends, their own hobbies, their professional goals, their academic goals, their career goals, their health goals, their financial goals, their spiritual goals. There are a lot of things that are there in our life. And oftentimes the mistake that we do is we think of all these 8 items as if all 8 requires similar amount of energy and time, which is wrong. Not all of them require similar amount of time and energy. Maybe your professional goals require far more energy than your maybe hobbies or friends or social circles. At some point of time, in your life, your family might require more of your time and energy than your professional goals. So the first thing we need to understand is, in the context here and now, I need to identify the area where I need to work on. A simple exercise I often ask my people whom I coach is to do a wheel of life exercise. You divide your whole life into a wheel in different sections and spokes, and then figure out what is the level of satisfaction in these various domains of life. How satisfied you are in your health, how satisfied you are in your professional goals, how satisfied you are in your health, family, social relationships, all of that stuff. And once you do that, once you've identified, oh, this area requires some time and attention. Imagine, going on a car whose wheel is uneven. It will be a bumpy ride. It will be dangerous. It will be highly uncomfortable, and you probably would not even reach your destination, right? We need a balanced wheel. Similarly, we need a balanced life. And for that, we need to understand which area require a lot of energy and time. Probably the situation that you are in right now. Please write that down in the chat box. Give me one area of your life where you feel you really need to work on. Just tell me one area of your life, whether it is social, professional, academics, family, friends, your own personal health goals, your hobbies. What is that one area which requires, as per you right now? Thank you so much, Abhishek. Spiritual. Veena saying personal, health. Thank you, Pooja. Okay, great. Let the energy flow. Let the energy flow. Wow. Okay. Right. Career, family, professional, right? We all understand. First thing is to zero in what area I need to actually work on. And this clarity is oftentimes gets missing when we set goals. We often look at people, oh, wow, fantastic. This person has set such a nice goal for themselves. People make these New Year resolutions every 28th of December. People get excited to put New Year resolutions. And then by 5th of January, it's all lost. It's all like evaporated. It's like gone. We don't even remember we set any kind of situation, right? So first is identify the goals that you want, identify the areas. Thank you so very much. I really love this energy that is flowing here. Personal, professional, career, so many goals that we all want to set. Once we have identified the goal, then we need to set SMART goals. I'm sure you would have come across this acronym n number of times. Your goal needs to be specific. Your goal needs to be measurable, achievable or attainable. It should be relevant. It should be time-based. What does this really mean? See, if the goal is vague, like for example, you come across someone very interesting, you want to strike a relationship with, and you don't give them a general compliment. You don't go and tell them, oh, you are good. You actually go and be very specific. Oh, I really like this gesture that you did. Oh, I really like the way you spoke on that conversation. I really like the way you interacted with me. I really like the way you answered my question. You get very specific, right? Or even when you go to a restaurant, you don't go to the restaurant and say, okay, you give me anything to eat. God knows what will fall on your plate, right? You're very specific. Oh, I want margarita pizza with olives on top, with garnered with capsicum or whatever, right? You're very specific with what you want, right? So first of all, be very specific. For example, if you say health goals, what does that mean? Do you want to be healthy like Khali the wrestler, or do you want to be healthy like Deepika Padukone? What's your level that you're setting here? Be very specific of what you are looking for. When you say, okay, I want to be healthy, means I want to lose 5 kgs, or I want to reduce my cholesterol, or I want to make myself fit, I want to have a 6-pack or 8-pack, whatever packs you want, right? What exactly do you want? Be very specific. The second thing is, how do I know you have achieved what you have committed for? Like you go and tell your parents or tell your spouse that I'll be more committed in my studies, I'll be more committed in my. How do I know you are more committed? Is there a criteria by which I can measure it? So for example, again, this health goal, fine. Do I have a criteria by which I can measure? Of course, yes. 1st January, this was my weight. 1st Feb, this was my weight. And next 4 months, I'm planning to actually achieve probably 5 kgs loss, 6 kgs loss, 7 kgs loss, whatever. By the way, did you know weight loss is the #1 resolution people take? Oftentimes, weight loss is the #1 resolution people take. Very few people are able to stick to it, right? Then the third thing is this achievable? For example, I say, I want to lose 5 kgs, but within 3 weeks. Is that possible? Is that even healthy for my body? So the third thing that needs to be asked is this achievable or attainable? Because most people are not able to achieve or not able to stick to the resolutions because either they're trying to change the wrong thing or they are trying to change it the wrong way. That's what happens. So maybe the goal that you've set for yourself is not even achievable or attainable. If it is achievable, oh yes, I can achieve this goal. People in the world outside have achieved this kind of goal, right? Then the fourth thing to ask is it relevant to me? Very important. Or am I just looking at people and setting goals for myself? Someone has set goal for themselves that they want to be, a great gymnast. But if that's not my calling, and if I try to set goals in that direction, I won't survive. Suppose somebody comes and says, Avatar, you need to be a great cook. And I said, excuse me, my relationship with kitchen is only eating, nothing else, nothing more than that, right? So that's not relevant for me. It's not like it doesn't sync with my vision, my belief system, my goals, my perspective, what I want to do with my life. So you need to ask yourself, is the goal relevant to me? That's very, very important. And then is the timeline. How soon do you want to achieve this goal? How quickly? How soon? How later? 6 months, 8 months, weeks, days? How long do you want to take to achieve these goals? Once you get this kind of clarity on your goal statement, I want to be healthy by losing 5 kgs, right? Within a span of 6 weeks, because it is highly important for me to keep myself healthy. That's a smart goal. You're talking about all these 5 elements in your vision statement, in your goal statement. So whenever you're talking about setting a goal, make sure your statement answers these 5 things which are layered in front of you. It's nothing vague. It has to come out in writing. And very important, whatever you take from this 26-minute conversation or not, remember this. As far as your goals are concerned, don't just think it, but ink it. Don't just keep it in your brain. Make sure you pen it down somewhere so that you can actually remember those goals. You can actually envision those goals. You can be constantly reminded of those goals. It's so very important. This is precisely the reason why in every company and organization, vision statements are written. As soon as you walk in, you see vision statement written, mission statement written. Why? Because we need to be constantly reminded and be inspired by our goals. Set smart goals. The next thing is shine them up. Shine them up means let this become like a calling for you. When you're setting a goal for yourself, you should be able to wear that goal on your t-shirt in 3 words. That's like you're owning it up. You're emotionally aligning with it. Remember this very, very important thing. It's very difficult to work towards something if you can't see or feel it. Sometimes our goals are not visible. We need to feel them, right? Shine them up. What exactly you want to do? You want to be the best speaker on the planet. You want to be the best, science graduate on the planet, best scientist, best this, best that, whatever. Shine it up, remember it, get excited about it. If every single day morning, how many of you experience this? How many of you, when you woke up in the morning today, you were super excited, right? Excited in the chat box, right? Excited in the chat box. If as soon as you woke up in the morning, you were like excited. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Mamta. Thank you, Abhishek. Okay. Thank you, Veena, Pratik, Sagarika. Oh, okay. Excited. So were you all excited about the Edge Bridge event that is going to span for the whole day today? Awesome. Right? You were excited. When your goals doesn't excite you, when you don't have a reason to wake up in the morning and get out of your bed, it's very difficult to work towards goals. Your goal should be so exciting that, as I said in the beginning, that doesn't even let you sleep. You're like so excited, not out of anxiety, but out of excitement to work towards them, to achieve them, to move ahead. And oftentimes, many goals doesn't see the light of the sun because we drown them off under people's opinion, under our own lack of motivation, and da 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 da. So these 3 things will help you set goals. Thank you so very much. Really love this energy that is coming across. These 3 things will help you set goals. Now, the second question we need to ask is, how do I achieve them? How do I go about achieving my goals? Okay, I've set my goal. Now, what do I do next, Avatar? Do I like just sit down and watch Netflix because I've set my goal? What do I do next? Right? It's time to celebrate. I finally set my goal. Nothing wrong in celebrating. But how do we start achieving those goals? So the thing that goes in the fourth stage is setting your strategies and actions in place. You need to divide your goal into minuscule steps and strategies to achieve them. For example, if you have set a health goal for yourself that I need to reduce my cholesterol, or you have set a professional goal for yourself that I need to, crack this particular, entrance exam, or you want to crack this particular job, whatever it is, right? How many of you who are listening to me right now here are professionals or students? You can just write that in the chat box so I know whom I'm interacting with, professionals or students. Okay. We have a mix here. Okay, students are leading. Okay, professionals are leading. Students are leading. Professional, student. Okay, good. So everybody is on the track. So I have a mixed crowd here. So you might have a professional goal. You might have an academic goal. You might have a goal that you want to crack a certain exam. You might have a goal that you want to crack a certain kind of job. Now, what do I need to do? What's my strategy towards it? His strategy is basically major milestones to that goal. Right? For example, you go from Mumbai to, let's say, Delhi. Then if you're going by road, then you will see, okay, Jaipur, Surat comes, da, 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 da. Those are major milestones. The strategies are major milestones that leads you to the goal, right? For example, if I say I want to become healthy and fit, my strategies would be find out a nutritionist, find out a gym trainer, find out a health trainer, find out the days that I can actually work in. Those are strategies. And then I need to take specific actions to achieve those strategies. See, many times, it's like if I give you a big dosa, you get this in South India, huge dosa, there's a spans all across the table. How do you eat that dosa? It's not that you get it in one gulp. You like bit by bit, part by part, you actually consume it. Similarly, goals appear very massive. And if you just look at the massivity of a goal, it becomes very overwhelming and we don't even get started. We start thinking, oh, let me enjoy T20 today, tomorrow I'll start. And the tomorrow never comes. How many of you have given up on your goal because you had a lofty goal but you never got even started? Say a yes in the chat box if that ever happened with you. You set a goal for yourself and then it's like, oh my God, I'll start tomorrow. I'll start next week. Definitely I'm coming. And happens all the time with people who are trying to do yoga and health and da, 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 da. Tomorrow I'm starting. Weeks pass, months pass, sometimes years pass. Nothing happens. And I'm vouching for it. That happened with me, right? During COVID time when I came to my hometown, and then I thought, let me do yoga. My life was earlier very packed and da, 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 da. And then for 1 year, I didn't even pull out my yoga mat. Can you believe that? Didn't work. And then I said, this is just too much. It's not working. And then I just went and spoke to a gym trainer. Okay, let's get started, man. And then this guy was on my head. Okay, fine, let's do it. Right? So sometimes the goal appears so immense, we don't get even inspired to start. Don't get into that particular kind of, this is a big defection when we start pursuing big goals. We want to see results overnight. Doesn't happen. We need to break it down into strategies and actions which are pursuable, which are actionable, and that will help you get moving forward. Right? Oh yeah, Shraddha, I can totally relate with that. Plan before 1 month for exam, actually start 1 day before exam. Even day is good. Some people start overnight only. So that's a pretty interesting thing. Strategies and actions are very important. Once you have strategies and action, then you need supportive systems. What does this mean? See, people who lose and people who win, both of them have same goals. Correct? Both of them have same goals. Two teams playing a match, both of them have the same goal of winning, but only one of them wins. The one which wins is someone who has a better system. Maybe it is their training, in their practice, is their technique, whatever it is. Similarly in life, when we set goals for ourselves, we need supportive systems to support those goals. For example, let's say imagine how many of you are early morning risers? Say early in the chat box. When I say early morning risers, before 6 a.m., not 11 a.m. Okay. Sir, I'm early morning riser. 11 a.m. is my context. Before 6 a.m. Early, before 6 a.m. Say yes, early. Okay. Okay, good. We have a slower response here. Okay, oh, 4 a.m. Wow, awesome. 5:30, amazing. Okay, wonderful, right? Imagine somebody decides from tomorrow onwards, I'm inspired. I want to rise early in the morning and then do da 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 da. And he has set a goal for himself as 5 a.m. But then the previous night, he has friends over home, and then the party went to like 1:30 a.m. and at 1:30 a.m. at 12 o'clock at night, they had like half kg chili paneer and 1 kg bucket of ice cream, and then maybe some nice drinks over that. What are the chances that you'll be able to wake up in the morning 5 a.m.? It's not going to work. So we need, people don't rise to the level of their goals, people fall to the level of their systems. Never, people, we make that mistake. Oh, I don't have willpower, I don't have focus, I don't have the, no, you don't have systems to support yourself. If you have set yourself for up, if you have set up yourself for something, you need to have systems which can actually support you to achieve it. So if you think, I need to clear CAT, I need to clear this exam, I need to break this professional goal. Now, what is my system that supports me achieve that goal? Maybe I enroll for a competitive exam preparation academy, or I start, preparing for IELTS or TOEFL or GR, whatever. What is my system to achieve that goal? That is very, very crucial. And therefore, after you set strategies and action, look at your life and see what changes do I need to make in my own personal life in order to achieve these goals. That's supportive systems, right? Once we have that, you have system, you have your goal, you have strategies and action, but the journey is too long, right? As a philosopher once said, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you're going to go far, have people with you, right? Have people with you that actually helps you move forward. So the sixth thing is goal buddy. Someone who knows what are you aspiring for, someone who knows what are you working on, someone who knows where are you heading, where are you moving forward, and who can actually tap your shoulder. Excuse me, my dear friend, you set yourself up for this. Looks like we are getting it straight, right? You set yourself up a healthy goal or a healthy diet, and then mama reminds you, beta, there was only one cheat day in 15 days. What's happening? Looks like every day is becoming a cheat day, right? We need a goal buddy. We need someone around us who can tell us it was a good job, and who can also tell us we need to work on this better. This goal buddy is someone who actually helps you, inspires you, a go-to person in your life whom you can go and say, I'm feeling very fudgy. I'm feeling very, how many of you have experienced this? You set a goal for yourself, you started working towards it, and like midway, you are self-doubting yourself. You start thinking, oh, should I really pursue it or not? Is this the real direction? Is this what will actually give me what I was looking for? It happened with me. When I joined Indian Institute of Science and it was so tough an exam to actually crack. You have to write a GATE exam where like lakhs of people appear, and you have to be under 30 to actually get into this institute. And I was there in this institute. And then after 2 months of joining this, I thought of quitting it. Can you beat that? I thought of quitting it. And at that time, it was my dad who came up to me and said, you aspired for this for so long. What is making you fearful? And then I spoke about my fears and apprehensions, and he just encouraged me, and I moved on. And when I moved on, and when I qualified from, in 2 years' time, whatever I had there, or whatever I was fearing or dreading, the situation was exactly opposite of that. The situation was exactly opposite of that. Sometimes we beat ourselves up with overthinking. Good planning is important. Overthinking is not, right? Get started. So goal buddy is very, very important. Someone who can trust you, someone who believes in you, someone who is not condescending, critical, judgmental, or envious of you. Don't make such people as your goal buddy. You go and tell a person who is envious of you, and you just say, this is what I'm thinking. Hey, you won't be able to do it. Tere bas ki nahi hai. You can't do it, right? If you have somebody like that in your life, it becomes extremely difficult. The seventh step is, my time is coming to a close. Seventh step to this is a reset plan. Because no matter who you are, we are going to trip and fall and fail and slip when we're walking towards our destination. What is your reset plan? If you do not have a failure plan, a backup plan, okay, if this happens, what am I going to do next? How am I going to lift myself up? How am I going to recourse my trajectory, right? You take a GPS, you take Google Map, you take a wrong turn. Google doesn't say, I give up on you guys. Yeah, what the hell you are, you keep taking wrong turns. No, Google just realigns, Okay, fine, this is the next route. Okay, fine, this is the next route. Okay, fine, this is the next route. What is my reset plan? If I don't succeed, if I'm not successful, what is it that I'm actually going to do in order to make myself work and move forward in future? These are the 7 steps which can actually help you, steps for setting and achieving your goals. Identify the areas, set smart goals, shine them up, have your strategies in action, have supportive systems, a goal buddy, and a reset plan. And this would help you move forward in your life. Thank you all very much. I'll stop here. Maya, I'm bang on time, right? It's 39. Okay. So over to you. And I would love to interact with any one of you over my Instagram handle, on my LinkedIn platform. Please feel free to interact, ask questions, consume the content that is all made for all of you, and feel inspired, motivated to move towards your life's choices destination. Thank you so very much. Over to you, Maya.